Hey champions, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, it's what day is it? It's Thursday, isn't it? It's almost the end of the week. Isn't that crazy? Thursday night, that means we got Heads or Tails live stream tonight. Make sure you're following their YouTube channel. And I don't know what they're going to be talking about, but as always, it's super exciting and I can't wait to see what it's going to be about. I usually don't get to watch it while it's live streaming because I have meetings Thursday evening, which is kind of crazy because I'm in meetings all the time. But yeah, so tonight they got the live stream, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. What else is happening? Oh, I also got new posters up, Bullshot and Necrolit, and I was realizing as I'm putting them up how great of an homage these are to Stevo, because Bullshot was one of his winning card and like his MVP at the championship, and Necrolit was the card he created because he won the championship. So it's hilarious that those are the two posters I decided to make just recently. And what else is happening? Oh, so last night I actually had to sit down with Red Zone Rogue. It was the craziest thing because we were originally only supposed to sit down for an hour, but we ended up chatting for 3 hours. It was the first time I ever just got to talk to him. He's such a nice guy, and I was just messaging him, and I was like, you know what? I can see why so many people want to be your friend. Like he's such a phenomenal guy. We have a lot of similarities when it comes to the philosophy of games. So I'm really excited about that. We actually got to reminisce quite a bit about our childhoods of the time of trading card games, playing card games, making up your own house rules, and just having fun with the games. So it was a really, really fun chat. I think if you watch that interview, whenever it goes live, I don't know, he said maybe next week, but at the same time, there's a bunch of stuff happening this weekend, and then it's a 3 hour interview. I don't know how he's going to condense that down, or if he will. But if you do watch that, you'll get to see me trip, fumble, stumble a whole bunch of times because I've now converted my desk to a standing desk because I've gained so much weight because of COVID and I'm trying to be healthier again. So I went to a standing desk, but I wasn't planning to stand for 3 hours, so my legs got really, really tired. It was an interesting night to say the least. And then this morning I decided I'm gonna make myself like a fruit drink, so it's mango, strawberry, guava juice blend type of thing. And as I was making this, I was like, you know, this kind of reminds me of Decks and Drafts. How he always introduces a drink every video, and yeah, it just made me smile. And I realized, you know what, I've met so many amazing people over the past 4 years, and I'm feeling really, really happy about that right now. So I thought I would share that. What I'd love to know from you, actually, who have you met through gaming? Like the whole entire experience of playing a collectible card game or board game or anything, going to conventions. Have you met any long-term friends that way? What was your experience? Because that's the one thing I love about tabletop gaming is it brings people together, and then you can make connections you never made before. One of the biggest connections I ever made was meeting Leslie, who did Bullshot. I'm trying to remember which side we're on right now. We're here. Yes, it's Bullshot. Leslie did the artwork for that. She did Angel Retribution. She did Vampiric Kiss. And I met her through meeting her, at the time, boyfriend and now husband, at a Friday Night Magic tournament, and telling him about Genesis. He was like, yeah, my girlfriend's in art school. She's looking for a way to increase her portfolio. So I got to meet Leslie through that. And it was just such a cool experience. So I've met so many amazing people through playing collectible card games my entire life that I don't know. It's a really, really interesting feeling, really cool feeling. And it makes me really happy. So some of my best friends right now are because of Genesis. So even if I don't get the opportunity to sit down and play as much as I used to, I know I've met a lot of amazing people and made a lot of lifelong friends. So that's been wonderful. Besides that, yesterday was all admin stuff, behind the scenes stuff, nothing that you would find particularly interesting and nothing that I can really divulge right now. But it's been a good time. I know on the Future League side, though, if you're part of Future League, Alex has been asking a lot of great probing questions, trying to refine things, trying to make sure Origins as a set is as tight as possible, so we're delivering the best product to you when that releases. So I'm really excited about that set, and a lot of cool things are coming up. But we are trying to push the boundaries on how to make the game a lot more stable so that we create a good foundation for future sets. I think that's all the updates I have. Oh, there's one more. Who was it? Someone put out a gameplay video. I got to watch some of it, but I got really excited. I haven't had the chance. Him put out a gameplay video. I'll put that in the third party playlist, and that will be up in this corner. Boom, boom. So you can go and check out that playlist, watch that video, watch all the other videos that content creators are making, and go support their channels. So after you watch the video, like and subscribe as much as you can, and show that the Genesis community is here to support the Genesis content creators. All right, let's get into a spotlight card. I can't believe I haven't talked about this yet. Let's talk about Vampiric Kiss. The question comes up a lot. What's my favorite artwork in Genesis? And this is the artwork I tell people about when I'm like, it is the artwork that would have brought me into the game if I was just a regular person seeing people play it. Okay. I'm not going to gush about it too much because we do have to get into the artwork. Let's talk about what this card does. So, for 6 chi, Chaos card, forward awareness, you get action, drain attack 3 at 6 energy, which means target champion or summon, and Vampiric Kiss awareness loses 3 health, you gain 3 health. So, there's a few things here done by Leslie. I was the one who created this card. The flavor text here: the vampires are a rumored race. Many don't believe they even exist, but I've seen them with my own eyes. They are real and they are deadly. So that is, even in beta, I was foreshadowing stuff that we're talking about in Origins. And if you don't know this yet, I've spoiled it many a time, but Origins is going to have vampires, which I'm super, super excited about. And I had plans for this way back in beta. So that's what the card function is. Let's look at the art. The art itself, I really loved it because it did push the boundaries of that dark, nitty-gritty stuff that we're talking about in Genesis. A lot of that gore, but also trying to keep it tamed. Leslie really put in her own style into this piece. I think there's a lot about it that resonates differently, let alone about the fact that the vampire in here looks like a younger child who is of African descent. That's something that I haven't seen a lot of vampire depictions in this way. So this vampire itself was very unique for me. On top of that, it was just such a dark piece compared to juxtaposed to everything else that's in the set. I think as a whole, it really kind of pushed what I was looking for in Genesis. Another little tidbit about Vampiric Kiss, I'll bring back the card. Let's talk about promo versions. Now, if you're trying to get your hands on this, but you can't get beta or you can't get alpha product, which, surprise, surprise, those are really hard to find, organized play is slowly being rolled out. We have worked with a couple of stores already to get them signed up as a beta run for our Geo software, which is the Genesis Event Organizer. They've started up their events. Now we got to get our players to create their accounts and then sign up to those events themselves. So that's being rolled out slowly in time. If you want to get a head start in signing up for Geo, go to Genesis Event Organizer, so geo.genesisbattleofchampions.com. So I'll leave a link in the description. You can go create your player profile, and once events are starting to roll up in your area, then we'll start pushing forward. The thing that we're trying to figure out, one, is the software ready yet? Because we've been able to do a couple very successful tournaments. That's awesome. But on the other hand, the other thing we're trying to figure out is how to distribute these organized play prize packs. So, Vampiric Kiss is going to be one of 20 different promo cards that you could get inside the organized play packs. So once those start rolling out, this is going to be your best way to get that card. Let's talk about this card in a competitive format, why it lost a lot of favor, but why I really, really do think that people are sleeping on this card. So first off, I'm going to say I'm biased. This is one of my favorite cards. I love playing with it. I love everything about it. It was one of the biggest threats that was in the early version of the game. So 6 chi, meaning that it's really easy to put into your timeline compared to other high-end offensive cards like Bullshot at the 7 chi or Angel at the 8 chi. Vampiric Kiss, when it was originally printed, was just a drain 3. It wasn't an attack ability in alpha, meaning it could target flyers. That got changed and rated in beta, making it an attack ability, blocking it from being able to attack anything with aerial. However, the cool thing about this is it's a 6-point swing, right? Whoever you're dealing damage to, you're dealing 3 damage, you're gaining 3 health, putting you up in favor. There isn't a lot of stuff in Chaos itself to give you a lot of health back. So this is a good way for some of those weaker champions like Rain and Kendra, weaker as in low health, to gain some of that health back and be aggressive, be in the midst of combat. Part of the reason why I lost favor is because it's action speed. The slower the card made it that it was a lot harder to play it, and your opponent could for it to land. Basically, this is the same problem that Malfeasance has. Is that when you play it, your opponent, there's a lot of ways for your opponent to evade it, and then you can't put a second one onto the stack. So there's your initial challenge. However, whenever it does go off, it's so powerful. A lot of times I saw people waste their own resources to kill their own summons so that so that Vampiric Kiss wouldn't be able to land. Because once Vampiric Kiss does succeed, it's a huge swing. And I remember in the very early days feeling guilty whenever I played this card because it won me so many games. So if you're looking for a way to play Chaos, play aggressively, be in the midst of combat, but also recover yourself along the way, then Vampiric Kiss is the right card for your timeline. I think that's mostly everything I have to say about this card. It's unfortunate it didn't make its way into J2, but there was reasons behind that. It made its way into the organized play pack, so you have an opportunity soon to get yourself a copy of it. But I think we'll see a huge push for this card, especially as once Origins comes out. So if you have them, collect them, and get ready to start putting them into timelines. I love Vampiric Kiss. I hope you get the opportunity to play with this soon. That's everything I have to talk about today. I know the beginning was a bit of a ramble and a lot of just good vibes, but it's Good Vibe Thursdays. Let's have a great day today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.